Hi students, I am Tanveer Malik, your physics teacher. Today we will start unit number 13. This is the second class about unit number 13, and as you know, this unit is about optics. I have told you that optics is that branch of physics in which we discuss properties of light, behavior of light, and we have to discuss all those instruments in which we use light. When instruments use light, they have to obey certain laws. And we have discussed about reflection, laws of reflection. Have you seen this? When you put a pencil in glass of water, why this pencil appears to be bending? This is the second law which is used in optics. And this is called refraction of light. This pencil will bend due to refraction of light. So today we will discuss what is refraction, why objects appear to be bent in water, why objects change their position when put in water. So refraction of light, process of bending of light as it passes from one transparent medium into another is called refraction. When rays of light enters from one medium to another medium, these rays of light will change their path. But in reflection, rays of light does not enter from one medium to another medium. All rays of light bounce back from the boundary of the other medium. In reflection, rays does not enter from one medium to another, but in refraction, rays of light enter from one medium, for example, from air to water. When these rays of light enter in water, they change their path. When rays of light enter from air to glass, they change their path. And this change in path of rays of light is called refraction of light. So pencil will appear bending in water since rays of light which are coming from the pencil, they bend when they enter from water to air. Rays of light are coming from water. When they enter in air, they change their path, due to which pencil appear to be bending. And this phenomena is called refraction. Now, look, process of rays of light of bending when they enter in water. This is the glass of water. I drop a perpendicular ray of light coming from air. When this ray of light enter in water, this ray of light will not go straight. This ray of light will change its path. This is the change in path. When we measure the angle of incidence, you know what is the angle of incidence? Incident ray makes with the normal. That is called angle of incidence. And what is angle of reflection? Reflected ray makes with the normal, but here process is refraction, not reflection. So angle of incidence will be angle which the incident ray makes with the normal, and refraction will be angle which the refracted ray makes with the normal. So this is the angle of incidence and this is the angle of refraction. When you measure these angles are not same. In laws of reflection, you have studied that angle of incidence will be equal to angle of reflection. But in case of refraction, angle of incidence and refraction are not equal, since ray is bending towards the normal. When it enters from less denser medium whose density is less, to a medium whose density is more, it bends towards the normal. Since this ray is bending towards the normal, so angle of refraction is small and angle of incidence is large. This is the reason why pencil appear to be bending when it is put in water. Angle of incidence and refraction are not equal. Look at this picture. Fish. This is the actual position of the fish, but it appears to be at this position. This is also due to refraction. Rays of light coming from the body of the fish, when enter in air, they bend away from the normal. When we proceed this ray in backward direction, then image of the fish is appear to be here. So this is the actual position of the fish, and this is the apparent position of the fish where fish to be appear, and this is due to refraction. Similarly, this is brick which is placed inside the water. This is the actual position of the brick. Rays of light coming from the brick, they bend away from the normal when they enter from water to air. When we produce these rays in backward direction, these rays converge at a single point. This is the virtual image of the brick. So position of the brick will appear at this point, and actual position of the brick is at this point. Similarly, this coin is placed inside a glass of water. This is the actual position of the coin, and due to refraction, coin will appear at this position. So bending of rays of light when enter from one medium to another medium, that is called refraction of light. In refraction of light, there are two possibilities. One, rays coming from air to water or from water to air. Now we will see when rays of light are moving from water to air, what will happen? We have studied when rays of light enter from air to water, they bend towards the normal. Now this is glass of water. This is source of light which is placed inside the glass. Ray of light emitting from the source. When this ray of light enters in air, it bends away from the normal. When I drop a normal, this is ray of light coming from water, enters in air, it bends away from the normal. So in this case, angle of incidence is smaller and angle of refraction is greater. In first case, angle of incidence was larger, refraction was smaller since it bends towards the normal. Now when ray of light enters from water to air, then its angle of refraction will be larger and incidence will be smaller. This is the angle of incidence which is smaller, and this is the angle of refraction which is larger. This is the refraction by laser light. Laser is placed in front of glass water. Rays of light are coming from the laser. These enter in a water. When these enter in a water at 90 degrees, there is no refraction. When rays of light enter perpendicular, there is no refraction. But when rays of light enter in a second medium at certain angle, then there is refraction. Now, first rays of light enter in a water at 90 degrees, there is no refraction. All rays will move straight. But when these rays of light enter from water to air, they bend away from the normal. So now these rays are moving from denser medium to less denser medium. When we drop a normal, this is the normal. These rays of light will bend away from the normal. This is the angle of refraction. So this is refraction, bending of rays of light. Refraction of light by laser light. This is also laser light. When laser light enter in a water, it bends towards the normal. Since rays of light are coming from air, this is the air and this is the water. The air is less denser, water is more denser, so rays of light will bend towards the normal. When I drop a perpendicular, then all rays of light will bend towards the normal. No refraction. When no refraction will occur, I have told you. When rays of light enter at 90 degrees perpendicularly, then there is no refraction. This is laser light enters in a glass at 90 degrees, then there is no refraction of light. No ray will bend. It is entering from air to glass. Refraction in a prism. White light is composed of 7 colors. And when this white light passes from a prism, these 7 colors will split up. And this is due to refraction of light. All colors will refract at different angles. Cause of refraction of light. What is the reason? Why rays of light bend towards the normal or away from the normal? Two reasons. When ray of light enters from air to water, it bends towards the normal. When rays of light enter from water to air, it bends away from the normal. These are the two possibilities. But what is the reason? Why these rays of light bend towards or away from the normal? Reason is, in these two media, air is less denser, water, glass, diamond, any other thing, that is more denser. When rays of light enter from less denser medium to the more denser medium, its speed of light changes. Its speed changes. Due to change in speed of light, refraction will occur. This is the main cause for refraction of light. Refraction of light is caused by the difference in speed of light in different media. For example, speed of light in air is approximately 3 into 10 raised power 8 meter per second. Whereas speed of light in water is approximately 2.3 into 10 raised power 8 meter per second, while in glass it is 2 into 10 raised power 8 meter per second. In these three different media, speed of light is different. In air, speed of light is 3 into 10 raised power 8. In water, it is 2.3 into 10 raised power 8, and in glass, it is 2 into 10 raised power 8 meter per second. This difference in speed causes the refraction of light in different media. Laws of refraction. Just like laws of reflection, there were two laws of reflection. Similarly, there are two laws of refraction. First law is incident ray, refracted ray, and normal at the point of incidence all lie in the same plane. That is same as that of law of reflection. But second law is different. The ratio of sine of angle of incidence to sine of angle of refraction is always constant. When you measure sine angle of incidence, take its sine ratio. Measure angle of refraction, take its sine. But whenever you divide sine of angle of incidence and sine of angle of refraction, your answer will be same. Sine of angle of incidence and sine of angle of refraction will always constant. And this constant is called refractive index of the medium. And this is same for all media. For example, for glass, its value is 1.5. Whenever you take at any angle, ray of light enters in a glass, it bends. You measure the angle of incidence, you measure the angle of refraction. Whenever you take sine and divide them, your answer will be 1.5. Either angle of incidence is 15, either angle of incidence is 20, either angle of incidence is 25, but your answer will become 1.5. This is the second law. And I hope you have done the practical. This is included in your practical list. Refractive index of different media. What is the reason? Every medium has different refractive index. For example, diamond. Whenever you take the sine of angle of incidence and sine of angle of refraction, ray of light enters from air to diamond. You measure the angle of incidence, you measure the angle of refraction, your answer will be 2.4. When rays of light enter from fluorite, your answer will be 1.4. Similarly, for water, it is 1.3 and so on. These are the refractive index for different media. That means your answer will be for different media. Whenever you measure the angle of incidence, measure of angle of refraction, you take the sine and divide them. For that medium, your answer will be this. Different angle of refraction. Ray of light enters from air to water. Suppose at an angle of 45. Ray of light enters from air to glass at an angle of 45. Ray of light enters from air to diamond at an angle of 45. Angle of incidence is same for all media. But when it enters from water to air to water, angle of refraction will be 32. But when ray of light enters from air to glass, angle of refraction will be 28. But when angle of incidence for diamond is 45, angle of refraction will be 14. When you take sine of angle of incidence, that means sine of 45, sine of 32, and you divide them, your answer will be 1.33. For glass, angle of incidence sine 45 divided by sine 28, your answer will be 1.5. Glass, diamond, sine of 45, sine r divided by sine 17, your answer will be 2.4. The reason is, in different media, speed of light is different. When speed of light is different, then your refractive index will be different for these media. Refractive index in terms of speed of light. We can also find the refractive index in terms of speed of light. First, refractive index was measured by measuring angle of incidence and angle of refraction. We have taken the sine. But we can also measure refractive index by speed of light. In terms of speed of light, refractive index of a medium is the ratio of speed of light in air to speed of light in medium. You have to measure speed of light in both media and you will divide them, then you will get the refractive index. Speed of light in air divided by speed of light in medium, that will also give the same answer. So formula for refractive index will be n equal to C over V, where C is called speed of light in air and V is called speed of light in medium. Medium means glass, diamond, water, any other medium. Now we will do the practice for examination style question. How question will be asked in exam regarding this topic, that is the refraction of light. So first question is, a ray of light in air travel across a flat boundary into glass. The angle of incidence is 51 degree. Angle of refraction is 29 degree. In space below, draw the label diagram to illustrate this information. Angle of incidence is given. Angle of refraction is also given. You have to draw the diagram to illustrate this information. First of all, you have to draw the straight line which shows the boundary.